Well, couch potatoes, it's time at the Nationals where we take the Sobe Suzuki Fast Lap, or I like to call it the medium lap, because I really can't go that fast, but hey, my bike can, and you know, it's a Sobe Suzuki that you can win by going to the Nationals or logging on at usmotocross.com, and you can get my stinky no fear gear too if you really want it. But hey, Glen Helen, it's all about the uphill and the downhill, and there's no time to waste. Let's go out and check out the track. They drop the starting gate on you, and you're down the long straightaway, fourth gear for sure, and you're headed into one of the tallest, highest bank turns in all of motocross, the Talladega right-hander. That's going to take you into a sandy section with some left and right turns, up the elevator jump, and heading up Showy Hill. And here's where it starts to get tricky. Drop it off. You go straight down to this little funnel. One left-hand turn and straight back up. Some guy's going to have a hard time getting out of the corner, like me. Second gear, try to shift third. People throwing rocks at you. You're going straight up. 2,000 feet. Make a right at the top. Make sure you're not getting past, and you drop back down. The bottom of this hill is a tricky left-hander, and there's some kickers. Your back tire is going to be coming up behind you into the rut, and then there's multiple lines coming out of this. A little tabletop and a step up. Guys going everywhere. Next, you get a couple jumps into the canyon, up Yamaha Hill, elevation 2,060 feet, and then the ride of your life. Fourth gear, wide open downhill over a whooped out course, unbelievable. Off camber left into the 130-foot tabletop. Ah, whoops, you got sand. You got to go through them, they're wide, and then you get into the dirt whoops. You try to time them, get off the top, and then into this corner. Probably double that. Get over the tabletop, maybe pull a tear off, and the scariest part of the track, this thing is rutted. Can you imagine during the second moto? Unbelievable, pick a line and go. From there, there's only a couple corners and a couple jumps left. The finish line is a straight-up kicker, 30 feet in length, and that's your Sobe Suzuki Fast Lap here at Glen Helen.
Cameron Steele, truly a renaissance man as we look at the Suzuki starting grid. There's Mike Brown, the winner of Moto #1. Sellers is back for more, as is Casey Johnson, Troy Adams, and the rest of the crew. Let's talk about this one. Who has what left in the tank? Because as Cameron pointed out, this track is so rutted up.
Well, Brown will certainly be there. Langston will be there. He's a warrior. He'll be there even if he doesn't have the energy. Ryan Hughes definitely will be. And the rest of the guys, it really depends on the start.
Speaking of which, we get a clean one. Grant Langston, number 111, probably has the best line as they come down that long straightaway. Remember, Cameron talked about how exactly you need to be in the right position, otherwise you get pinched off, and it's Langston who goes into the corner getting the hole shot.
That's a clean hole shot, too. When he came off that cement pad where you normally get a lot of wheel spin, he almost makes the same mistake again. He clips Brown, and Brown loses a few positions, so that actually worked out to his favor. I don't know if he meant it, but looking back at it, he'd probably like to take credit for that, because he's going to need Brown back there behind a few riders so he can establish a pace. Last moto, it took him a while to get into the flow. He can't waste any time this one.
109 is Craig Anderson. He currently sits in second place. As Cameron pointed out, it's nice to be in front. You're not getting roosted. You're not getting hit by the rocks as you go up the hill. Make that left-hand turn, and back up they go again. 111, your leader, Grant Langston on the KTM.
And number 68. We didn't talk much about him in the first moto. Look at Grant just laid into that corner, so beautiful. But number 68, Michael Brandis, privateer in it, finished 7th in the first moto with a great start this time. Now watch Langston. He comes around the corner and he just kind of gets, cuts back to the inside a little bit more than I think Mike Brown anticipated. Right. He clips his back tire almost high sides. Good save for Mike Brown. But I was impressed with the traction that Langston got off that cement pad. His front wheel was stopped all the way out onto the dirt, so he had no problem hooking up, which is normally the problem, and that's what led to the hole shot.
There's the battle for second place. It's amazing that Mike Brown is in the position he is, because he could have gone down. That's just a credit to his riding ability, being able to salvage that, because he was in some of the deepest ruts on the course right there, able to pull it off. Grant Langston takes him into the green flag lap. Ryan Hughes currently sits in second, so we've got KTMs going 1 and 2, and Brownie now sits in third.
That's Larry Brooks right there clapping, going, right on, guys, making me look good. They've had their problems with riders injured and all of that, but they're starting to get it dialed in now. There's Alex right there closest to us, looking for Billy Lanovich to come around. Billy riding with an injured knee. He's going, go, come on. But let me tell you, riding with an injured knee is hard. Yeah, but Ryan Hughes takes a chance going wide. Brown nips him.
and Brownie just cuts him off. Hughes comes right back. So Langston is your leader, and here's the battle for second place. On the right, Ryan Hughes. Does he have enough gas to get around Brownie? Brownie shuts the door. Hughes will now try the inside-out maneuver, and Brownie's going to have none of that.
Yeah, Ryan Hughes really starting to see what kind of intensity he's going to need for the rest of this series, and I think he'll be able to step it up, but he really didn't know where he stood at this point.
So Grant Langston is your leader, Mike Brown in second, Ryan Hughes in third, and Michael Brandis in fourth. We're back to Glen Helen for more after this break.